Hi, Julian. All right, I'm going to do your soul rebirth journey now. This is going to be really unique because we're going to explore removing your chakras and then helping prepare you for the Ascension experience coming to us in September. So we'll be doing whatever energy, negative energy or old energy pattern removal that we can. And then I did a soul rebirth journey for you a little bit ago, and we got to work with this very peculiar green alien that I call Sethmore. But you got a reading about this green alien named Sethmore, and so we'll see if he shows up at all. He's kind of neat. And then we'll just see if Archangel Michael shows up at all too, because there was some indication about him on that drawing you received by another psychic reader. Was talking about your connections in the universe. So I'm just happy. I don't know what it is, but there's something really exciting about this. So I'm going to relax, connect with my spirit guides, and then we'll ask me what I want to start with. So I'm just looking at the color. I'm looking at colors. I'm not a huge, I talk about this every now and then. I'm a spiritual healer, but I don't heal by the chakra system. I heal by whatever is in your spiritual atmosphere that's vibrationally out of alignment. So I heal that in the inner part of you, so that what you see on the outside, what's projected from inside to the outside, is aligned with harmony and balance. It's not aligned with whatever that chaos was. And so chakra systems, I've never really related to it. I've never really aligned or understood it exactly. I've removed my own chakra system and I feel connected to the infinite. I don't feel chakra system is really necessary for me. It's not necessary for everybody. If you feel like it's time, to remove your chakra system, then it is. To me, it's a reflection of a part of our old evolutionary design or something like that. I don't feel like it's a part of our reflection going forward. I think going forward as a race of human beings, our chakra systems will be removed either through spiritual help or just through choice or through ascension energy or whatever it might be. So I do feel like the evolution of mankind actually is partially releasing the old chakra system. I do feel that way. I don't have a lot of answers or explanation for this, but every time I come across the chakra system, I don't really know what to make of that. So I am to say this. My spirit guides say, so Julian chooses to remove chakra system. So we remove chakra system from Julian. You remove it through choice. If you choose to have it removed, therefore it is removed. So spiritual healer like me, I can go into your spiritual atmosphere and I can sort of clean up the wires or vibrations to make sure but the thing is it removes pretty easily. I think that it removes very easily. So I'm just going to tell you what I see. As I come to you, I get to see the highlight of rainbow colors that is all a part of you. And so I see the rainbow colors get dimmer and dimmer. There's nothing scary or concerning about this. It's just a reflection of letting go. The rainbow reflection without the chakra system is crazy. With the chakra system, it feels like energy travels a lot slower through your energy field. It has to go process through these different components, and it just feels slower. So you remove them. There's still a heart portal. There's still sort of an odd bead up here, but you remove them, and then the energy channeling around you is like, oh my gosh, you're going to feel hot and active and crazy and alive and inspired to go do stuff. And the energy channeling is just really infinite energy is what it feels like. So I'm just getting to watch the colors recede, which is perfectly normal when I do this. I'm allowing you to inhale deeply. So this is happening. Such a weird feeling. I'm just pausing as I'm waiting right now. They're doing all of the work for me, so I'm just sort of here as an onlooker. I'm experiencing it in my own body. It creates kind of a heavier sensation right now, is what it's doing. I'm reorganizing my flow of energy, is what this is about. So I'm reorganizing your flow of energy. And we're teaching it to channel through heart portal. Channel through this. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. There's just an odd ball here, and there's an odd ball in the heart portal area. But it's infinite. It's amazing. I'm starting to feel the effect of the infinite energy right now. My spirit guides are saying, so you don't see the chakra colors, and I'm saying chakra colors have receded entirely. In fact, they've receded so much that I don't see them at all. They're not like a circle ball, like a light bulb. They're not a bulb at all. There's nothing lit right now. The thing is it's far more lit than it's showing just yet. That feels amazing. I can feel all of the alignment shifting, and it feels far more infinite. So I'm just being patient and letting the shift take place naturally. It's beautiful. It's mesmerizing what's going on right now. They are expanding your heart portal, and it looks massive. It's huge. Inside of it is different reflections of energy. It shows itself as a cone coming out, so sort of a tiny little pinprick, and then coming out of you, like you're trying to talk to people, and it's coming out of a big megaphone or whatever. There's something to that. There's something to the pinprick that is also this massive space, a megaphone for a heart portal. I mean, it's massive. And the energy is sort of, I don't know how to describe it. It's communicating with each other like tiny little squiggle lines. And I see the squiggle lines all over this sort of orb sphere. So I'm just waiting patiently. There's always a very strange internal one I see from the backside. It's like a secret chakra that's on the backside inside the body, and it's like in the spinal column, the lower spinal area, and it just comes out. It's just like an odd flower that pops out when the other chakras are removed, and then you just pull that one out. So I'm just doing that right now. It's interesting. This one is... It's not, I'm to leave it there right now, is what they said. And it's really pretty. It's like a bluish purpley color, and it's dazzling. It's made up, the blue and purple is like a bunch of squiggly lines, and they're moving in motion, and it's absolutely dazzling. But it looks like a flower. I mean, as I see it in my creative spiritual way, I see it as literally like a sunflower or something that is blue and purple. I mean, people have really intricate, beautiful drawings of the chakra flowers, and I never see them that way. I see them as light bulbs or like sunflowers. This one specifically always looks like a sunflower. This one's blue and purple. It's got a very long stem. It projects out. It's got a deep root around in the chakra, or in the spinal column. They're showing me a swirl at the top of the head. There's interaction here between the heart portal now, this massive growing sort of circle piece, and then there's a little squiggle up here that is creating another sort of outer piece, like a megaphone piece. It's just a new version of, I mean, I don't want to say this is a new chakra system, because X on the word system, X on anything that is a reflection of a system. It's actually just an infinite reflection. This is appropriate. I don't know how to define it anything other than it's appropriate. So I'm just watching. This spiral is talking to the universe right now. It is downloading information. It is learning about its identity or something. I mean, there's a reconstruction of the identity right now. Total reconstruction. I'm asking about this flower. They're not wanting to pull it out just yet. They don't want me to touch it right now. They want to focus on this spiral squiggle at the top of the head. So there's a super Kundalini energy drive right now, and there's like a really huge sort of sexual energy that I'm feeling from this. It's super raising the sexual vibration. That's a good thing. So I'm just watching everything taking place right now. I mean, your vibration is raising through the roof, and it's going so fast that it's almost like it's an orgasmic explosion. That's what Kundalini is. It's like a sheer orgasmic energy. It's it feels we translate it as sexual energy. It's creation energy. It's amazing. It's incredible. There's something interesting about the Kundalini snake that is involved here. It's a red one. It's doing something. I'm not able to make sense of what it's doing right now. It's as if it is outside the body right now, but is also inside. My spirit guides say, do you like the color red? And I say, yeah. It sort of makes me think of passion and love and romance and that sort of thing. When I heal the heart portal, I always channel red energy. And red energy is so passionate. It's such a great energy vapor. And it's really like Valentine's Day, or, it's something romantic, something really genuine, something really meaningful about that. It's just... that is the color of love to me, and it's just beautiful. So when I see a red snake, I love snakes for one, and then seeing a red snake is like even more love. And it's really symbolic of Kundalini, sexual energy, higher vibrations, all of that. There's some other energy work going on around the feet area. I'm seeing what is shifting. The energy is learning how to travel differently right now. And it feels great. The only time it feels a little weird is when the light bulbs are just receding or just evaporating, or they're not a part of the body. So the body has to learn how to reorganize the energy. But it only takes seconds, and it doesn't feel... it's just an odd energy shift. You're just like, wow, I feel kind of heavy and tired. And then it goes away, and it's like, wow, I feel different. I feel alive. I feel active. I feel energized in a new way. I feel different in a good way. They are expanding the aurisphere. Kind of fun, because it's different than how I experienced it. Okay, so how do I describe this? So there's a big circle around you, like this orb, and it's expanding out more and more. And there's 4 sort of bracket lines that are in here, and they're attached to this ball up here, this sort of squiggle thing that's become quite a huge infinite ball or sphere of energy there. And so these odd channel lines are coming down from the feet up to touch this. So in 4 directions. That's what I'm seeing right now. I've seen this before, actually. It just didn't show itself this way when I did it. But these 4 bars have a way of moving in, so diagonally one way, the other one goes the opposing way, that they can change so that they're, vertical and horizontal or whatever. They start moving in circular ways like that. So I'm just watching still. There's lots of energy going through the feet, through the head. I mean, it's just crazy right now. It's breaking out some old energy patterns as well. I'm a little surprised. So let's see what happened. They're showing how that flower just removed itself on its own. There was something about not pulling it out yet until the energy flow was just right, and it's not there anymore. It's interesting, like a little odd bubble back there. Just watching it. And now it's not there. It feels really good to me. Let's just watch it some more. There's some movement going on. I'm getting to watch you from behind now, so I see your backside all the way down, your head to toes from behind you. So I'm watching this, doing work back here on that spot. It's really right above the butt crack, kind of. Just maybe like an inch or so. There's still activity there. And so I'm watching it, and then we'll see what happens. Sort of bringing out something deeper. It's interesting how they show me it differently with different people. I've done this for a few other people. But it's all the same. It always ends up the same. I never got to examine it in this way until you. So they're just pulling out this really long cord attached to it, to that flower. It's just a really long cord right now. Just pulling it all the way out of there. And I can feel it coming out. It was like a TV plug-in. That's been unplugged now from the chakra system that's no longer a part of your existence. Feels really good. There's an odd burp of, it's like I don't know, some sort of egg. It's a brownish color. It looks like it's made out of jelly. And then it just burped it out of the back there. And so let's see what happens next. There's more old energy there helping to release from the back right there in that spot. This is really good for you. I'm getting really spicy, and it's like my skin gets really spicy, and it's sort of like like those little red hot tarts or whatever, but it's a really refreshing sort of spicy feeling, cinnamony or something. I like the way this feels. I like the way the energy is releasing out of the back. I like it a lot. It feels really wonderful. It feels really positive. I feel more connected with infinite energy. So I'm starting to see the energy circulating like this, sort of black. It looks black and white or gray. It looks like electrical energy, and it just spins really fast. Can spin in different directions though too. And these odd sort of orb, these pieces on the orb, I see them traveling as well. But right now I'm just focusing on, if I had a scratch pad, I could, use a pen and then use it to scratch out all the colors here, which are just like black and white or crackle, looks like crackle. They're talking about ascended masters. Something about this white flower that just got pulled out of the back too. There's some couple of guys here. It's beautiful. They are radiating. It's like one guy that is 4 different guys specifically associated with those different circles. So, you could be 2 circles, right? Or just, it could look like 4 or whatever. Just depending on, if you're holding it. So anyway, the sky is sort of, I wish I could draw a picture here. there's one here. So you have one there, and then you have another line. So they're crisscrossy, and then it just looks like 4, okay? And so there's one guy. He looks like an old dude with a white beard, and he's standing in a robe. And it's really cool because he's associated with each one of those lines. So let's just say 4 directions, all right? And then he's different. He's turning different colors. So sometimes he turns purple or yellow, and he's different color. Each one of them is a different color. So right now I'm focusing on this very light purple color. He's also got a lighter blue color. He's got a green color. He's got a yellow color. But I see him change different colors, and the colors get lighter or darker. And he's channeling in color into your infinite spirit. He's an ascended master. That's what they say. Oh boy. I don't know. I don't go down these. I don't know a lot about ascended masters, or I don't know a lot about rays of light or whatever. That you can find this stuff out there, right? And I don't, but they're talking about this. And I wouldn't have a clue how to translate this wisdom about you related to which ray of light you're associated with or something like that. Trying to make sense of it as best I can. I feel it. I resonate with what they're trying to share with me, but I don't know how to translate that into a language. They're not speaking to me in words. They're speaking to me through energy vibrations. So I don't know the words to translate this. And all I can think about is all the colors of the rainbow. So I don't know which color to choose. There feels like more colors. All I think of is number 7 and number 12. That's all I know about this, and I don't know what that means. But he's of a male gender. I mean, souls are all genders, but they're specifically showing me him as male gender. I really adore him. I'm really happy to see him. I feel just excited to see him. I don't know who he is. He's coming over to me, and he's showing me my backside. I guess we're gonna do an investigation on me to an inch above the butt crack. No, we aren't. We're gonna do something else, I guess. I just thought, well, maybe I missed something on myself or something. What is this symbol he's got here? It looks like a crescent moon. He just pulled it out of my spiritual atmosphere or something. I mean, it was like no hands, and whoa, I got a crescent in my hand, and I just pulled it out from behind your ear or something crazy like that. So I'm watching him. I love him. I don't know why, but he makes me laugh inside. I'm so happy to see him. I'm giving him a big hug. I don't care if we're going to check out my backside. I got to give you a hug first. That's how I feel about seeing him. I feel so much light and love. So we're looking at you right now, and you look amazing. The only way all right, so there's so much activity going on here. Where do I begin? Giant ball up here. Giant ball here in this heart space. You look like a snowman with some extra balls. There's even balls of energy. My spirit guides are like, she's never going to be able to identify this fully. I mean, you look like you're in an 8, okay? A smaller at the top, bigger at the bottom. And then there's a big ball just above where these two circles sort of intersect. There's a big ball here, and there's a massive ball up here. And then all I see is sort of lots of white cloud energy and just sort of black. It's sort of electrical crackle, but inside that, and then also lightning bolts. And then I see rays of light coming like this and out like that, and they're golden yellow color. I mean, that's the best I can describe this right now, seeing you from the front. There seems to be like a bunny tail right back there. A little tiny ball, a little bunny ball right there. Tail ball in the back. I've always pulled that flower out, but I never examined it from behind before. They never showed it to me. They never showed me further about that. Thing is, you can't screw this thing up. If you want to remove your chakra system, you say it, and then heaven just does it. I'm not doing anything here. I'm just allowing heaven to do the work for me. I mean, it's as easy as you can just choose. You can just say, heaven, I'm ready to remove my chakra system, and then just let him do it. I think people feel like the feeling of having somebody do the walkthrough and then talk about what they see and that sort of thing. It's really nice to have that. I think it's amazing. I think you look amazing right now. There's so much more activity going on than my eyes aren't picking it all up, because there's still this massive orb sphere with the things going, the moving rings. And he keeps changing colors. This Ascended Master keeps changing colors. And he's specifically a lighter blue color right now. He's showing a green color as well. He is doing some other stuff. I'm just going to watch him for a little bit. Unless he has something to say or need to describe something new. It's amazing because as we're doing this work, it doesn't appear as though we are moving anywhere, but you have gone up in vibration in an insane way. And in fact, you're not even in the same dimensional space as you were before. This work actually takes you to a whole new dimensional space. You're in a new dimension of reality right now. Although it may just appear that life is normal or hasn't changed, you have risen your vibration and are in a whole new dimension of reality. That's the only way I can describe it. You would not be able to tolerate that. You have to be in a different dimension of reality. When you have your chakra systems removed, it automatically raises your vibration and moves you into a new dimension of reality in order to tolerate life without the chakra systems here on Earth. They say, we have you. We have you. We aren't going to let you fall off of the tightrope to no netting down here. You have nothing to worry about. This is an ascension experience. This is a gift of a choice to alter your dynamic of your expression. And it's interesting because what we feel and see as physical is not as physical as we think it is. Everything that is outside is projected from. So we have sort of, let's just say, an infinite sphere on the inside of us that is associated with every single lifetime we've ever lived. Every dream, every thought, every nightmare, everything is on the inside of us. And then somehow all of that projects outward and it becomes our reality. And that's how we walk our spiritual pathway. We follow what this projection. And so we're altering your entire dynamic of who and what you are through removing the chakra system and raising your vibration into a whole new dimension of reality. I mean, that's the best I can do to help define this as a human being. And they keep indicating there's so much more going on than my eyes or my third eye, or however you wanted to call it, is picking up. This is the best I can describe it. They're filling you with new versions of rainbow color. It was already happening. It's already supposed to happen. Because everything is made from light, you have to have rainbow. So everything already is made from light. So now it's almost like, okay, she's there, so we'll just put the little tube in here and pump her full of rainbow. But it's as if you were full of rainbow. I just can't see it for whatever reason. And now I'm able to start seeing how rainbow is all over you. I mean, rainbow is wherever you want to direct your light, or whatever colors you want to use. There's so many spinny objects. There's so much energy traveling in all different directions, going through the heart portal, breathing it in, exhaling it, going through the heads. I mean, it's just crazy. It's something as weird as people, I don't even know a lot about this either, but, I've come across people saying the earth is flat, and I try to make sense of just that. I don't watch any videos about how you scientifically, justify this. But I talk to my spirit guides and say, okay, if the earth is flat, what does that mean exactly? And so you take something that is flat and then you spin it around and you spin it really fast, and now it alters the dynamic of its shape. So what looks flat is now can look circular, whatever. So is it flat or is it circular? What is the dimensions of this? Is it flat or is it spherical or what? So there's so many different aspects of perception that in order for me to tell you the ins and outs of everything about this, I'm never going to be able to define an infinite reflection. So this is the best I can do with my eyesight, third eyes, and comprehension that I know how. So we are releasing old roots, more old roots. It's kind of fun. Specifically from that back little bunny, like little bunny rabbit tail. It's like a little ball back there. And it's just pulling out. It looks like a vine or something. It even has plant sort of leaves on it too. Not big ones, just little ones. It's attached to an animal or something, like it was an animal's tail. That feels great to get that out of there. We're releasing old energy vibrations, old energy patterns in order to help you with the ascension energy. Ascension energy that is, it's like, what I don't know how you define time these days, but I guess we would define it as September, or is it October, or is it next year? It's energy downloads that are taking place in this upcoming journey of years that you can use these energy releases to help you. You're staying ahead of the game, which is really good. Because you already seem to know in your heart that it's wiser to just be ahead of the game, and it helps you stay balanced, it helps you stay aligned, and it helps it become an enjoyable experience, not an overwhelming, pulverizing experience. It helps you stay ahead of it and feel good through it. And some of us, some people, it's hard. It'd be very derailing. So, you can just have a great day, and the next thing you know, you're just, I don't know why, but I'm emotional for no reason. I feel fearful for no reason. I'm paranoid. Who am I anymore? You have days, they seem to be on and off constantly, you know what I mean? And so you got to constantly be releasing, because this on and off imbalance thing has a lot to do with the old, letting go of the old, cords of wisdom that are associated with your infinite sphere of projected reality. So sort of downloading the information in here and then freaking out your body like, oh my gosh, I'm trying very hard to keep up with whatever these energy downloads is, and then you're trying to process it best you can. So we keep lifting you up in vibration and then releasing all this old energy, so it helps with this processing experience. It's not a physical, this is a very spiritual, hardcore spiritual thing, that now the physical, our association with what is physical, has to find a way to redevelop its expression, and it's confused. It is suddenly derailed by it. So, I feel amazing right now. I feel so amazing right now. You can change your shapes. They're showing you can be any shape you want to be. You can be in an orb sphere. You can be in a snowman with two balls. You could, in an infinite 8, or you could be, I'm trying to do a triangle, or let's just see let's just see. There's something weird about the points on that alters the energy pattern. You could be any geometric shape you want to be. You don't have to abide by any rules. You can be any colors. You can be any shapes. You can be whatever you want. It's infinite. There's so much more infinite wisdom that you experience through this. And you are in a completely different dimension of expression right now. I'm supposed to tell you, so part of what happens when chakra system removes is you get really full of energy and you can get like, wow, I feel really hot. I feel really hot. So that's pretty normal. And then you get used to it and then it's like, that's it. It just becomes so normal that you even wonder. It's so kind of weird because the world today still really sells, ointments and candles and, yoga aligned with chakra system and all that. And so, and I still help people who ask me, my solar plexus chakra or this. And so I still focus on these things as they ask me to. And something about it, the world still shows us the old when we actually can move into the new. And then sometimes it's like, okay, well, now I have a new chakra system. I mean, it's not a chakra system. It's not a chakra or a system. It's infinite. It's just an infinite expression of your identity. So now what category are you in? How do you fit into yoga? How do you fit into the essences? How do you fit into all this stuff? As like questions that I have on my mind that I don't have answers to. I just feel infinite and just, I like the color red today. So I'm just going to pick red or whatever. And I don't really associate with chakra anymore. I just associate with what color I like now, or what was it about this smell that feels good to me? Not associated with the chakra or whatever, what candle, or, that sort of thing. It changes. This infinite energy is automatically forcing out energy pockets that are not necessary for you anymore. It won't tolerate them. You can't have these energy pockets with this version of infinite energy. It's just pushing them out naturally. It's amazing. It's almost like these energy pockets, they look like, I don't know, like a black cape just came out, but it's really thick. It's like maybe, 6 inches deep or something. And I just pulled it out. But I didn't even pull it out. I just pushed it out naturally. Your body just pushed it out naturally. Came out of the back and it came out of the front too. So it's like you have a reflective mirror. So whatever comes out back comes out front in this case. But that little button there in the back is not in the front. Absolutely not. You're really releasing a lot more. I'm just watching you. Everything is just sort of hands off. I get to watch all this, Heaven do all of this work and then watch you doing things naturally. Just your reflection just knows what to do. So I'm just allowing it to do it. It's pulling out energy, pushing out energy through the knees, through the legs. I mean, it just looks like pulling out black rubber or something. And it's just lots and lots of it just keep pushing out in just little bursts. You're able to alter your perception of time very easily. We were there, so I'm just watching you do this, right? And sort of an energy. All right, so there's like an energy piece that was coming out like right by the rib cage. And so as that was trying to shoot out, you somehow altered the wave that is the reflection of time. Time is actually like waves on the ocean, and they could be really fast or they can be really slow. And so I actually saw waves altering in your crazy sphere, and then it altered this perception of time to make it very slow for some reason. So I'm exploring why that happened or what that means to you. You have a right to choose how fast or how slow you want to experience time. And you can do it very quickly and easily. There's a really large ring here that is necessary to be removed, is what it feels like. And so this one, I'm just, it's like an electrical energy ring. Is associated with the head. They are saying let it go. So I am. Just want to make sure it's not one of the important ones. This is, because it kind of, but it didn't look right. Something looked pretty weird about it. And that feels a lot better. I'm asking if we should let this keep rolling and then we can go do some other stuff and then hop back in and see where we're at. Because sometimes you can just, you know, I have a scene in action right now. I can leave the scene for a little bit and it's still in action. Still stuff is going on. And then I can come back and then see where we're at. Okay. I am not tired. It just, all this energy just does it sometimes. So I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute. Something feels like water squirting at you. Like water, like a silly water gun just squirting, and then it hits you right here. It's like, what is the third eye now? It's like it's got mercury in it or something. I'm just watching this. I mean, it's shooting right at the third eye area. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it just makes me feel strange. I'm examining this activity. I'm examining this. It's just a kid with like a water gun or something. And now it's like you don't have to just push the button. If he just pushes it down, it just keeps squirting like a hose. It never runs out of this mercury water or whatever this is. It's part of your reflection that needs, I mean, it's almost like some vein of something really annoying that has just been like constantly annoying to a spiritual space. It really feels wrong. It feels really annoying. It's just, will you stop? Will you stop skirting that at my third eye? It's like Chinese water torture or something crazy. And that's just, They're helping this water to moving the child in a different direction, and so the water is not aimed at you. That's how we're altering the vibration. So this is a vibration that needs altered in your spiritual atmosphere, and it shows me in an image, a picture like this, and this is how I alter the vibration. I don't see it in wavy lines. I see it as pictures that need to be transformed into something more pleasant. So he's irritated. He's throwing the gun down, but he's not directed at you. He's directed at the other direction. He feels so wronged by this. How dare you? I needed to put the gun, and I need to squirt right here. But he's not allowed to anymore. He's forced to put his gun down and then walk off the stage. I don't feel, I mean, it's just, just accept it. Just accept that you shouldn't do that to somebody. So he is leaving. This entire energy wave isn't even there anymore. Feels a lot better. Let's see what other ones we can find. This is a giant brain. I'm going to pick your brain is what this is. And I just see a giant brain. I see the top of it. Top of it's got a lot of dark sort of lines in it. I don't know why, but I don't seem to know what to do, but yet I feel like I know too much. I don't know what that's about. It feels strange. Just keep saying pick your brain. I just don't know what these black lines are. It's like little, I don't know, spider veins that are black. Just like there's a little part down the center, and there's just some, like maybe an inch long, a bunch of them just straight down the center. So I'm looking at them. There's a sensation of energy flow that's like waves in an ocean. It's making me feel like, oh my gosh. I mean, I feel nauseous watching it. I mean, it's almost like they're little strands of seaweed and they keep moving in the ocean. And it makes me feel nauseous and dizzy. I just feel horrible right now. They're saying, can you get to the brain and alter it? The brain is splitting apart and showing me the inside of it. Specifically, it's weird. It's like you have a brain and then you cut it down the center, and then right there on the sort of in center line, I don't know what that part of the brain is about, but it's right down the center. So we're just looking right there. I'm doing something to pull these black threads. They don't need to be there. They're really awful feeling. They're saying core component. I don't know what that means. I'm just doing work to help those black threads be reduced. I'm just going to choose patience, because it's not, no matter what I try to do to evaporate them or pull them out, or it's hard to. For some reason, it's very hard to. So I'm just going to be patient, and then I ask heaven to help me with this. There's an entity coming into the room. It's just in white light. This brain is turning into white light. It's just surrounded by white light. And just it feels better. It's just white light. It's just literally glowing right now. This brain is glowing right now in white light. And these sort of odd threads are coming out. They look like hairs now. We're just patient, helping them come out. It feels a lot better. I mean, they're really sort of odd. There's something really not good about them because they're sticky. They don't feel good when I look at them. They just make me feel off. That really need to be purified. I call them, so when we go through Ascension, the Ascension energy process, there's like literal cords of wisdom that you can feel, and they just are like a wild hair where the next thing you know, you just walked into a brick wall of some sort of insane chaos, and it just, you don't know if you're going to be crying or if you're going to be scared or you're going to be overwhelmed or you just want to give up on life or whatever that cord is somehow associated with these little hair pieces, because they remind me of those moments where the Ascension blasts are just creating massive downloads, and they shake up our system. They're rattling our cages in order to release this stuff, and so you have to keep releasing them into the light and working with angels in heaven and all that stuff to do it. So There's a lot of applause from my spirit guides. They're really proud of me for getting through this with you, because of the feeling of it was not pleasant at all for me. But that's gonna happen. It's just part of it. That was really good. I mean, what is, I don't know, a couple hundred energy cords or something, dark ones that feel really uncomfortable, associated with different parts of your brain, straight down the center of it, all the way. It's just damage. They're talking about, they call it brain damage. Brain damage, and it is associated with all the reflections, what we consider the outer world, but somehow was contaminated in our inner world, in here. And so then the outer world then becomes the reflection, and this was something here was really damaged in the core, and then the core mechanism or whatever, and then it inspires these sorts of very terrible chaos veins of wisdom that we become aligned with, and that becomes our normal reality. And so Ascension then helps us say it's time to let go of this chaos wisdom. It's time to purify this core center, so that way what is on the inside then is on the outside of a very high vibrational dimensional experience. So it's really healing for you. It's really positive. It's really good. So they're pulled out. They're showing me something. Magnetic energy. So I could actually perceive them as having magnetic energy, and then you put an opposing magnet or whatever, a magnet for it, and then it just pulls them out naturally, and they just stick to this. They're just showing spiritual entities here, and that's what he's showing me. They just stick to it really quickly and easily. I mean, I tried everything. I tried light, I tried praying, but then, I mean, things are working, things are happening, but that was, in the end, really easy, that method. I feel a lot better. My spirit guides, I'm asking them how other people could heal this. And they literally say, you can pray to heaven and say, heaven, I allow you to remove my brain damage. Literally. Because that's what they define it as, brain damage. And it's sort of in the inner core, becomes a part of the outer core, I guess. I don't know how to define the reflections of an infinite universe. It's hard to define in a human language. It's very difficult and confusing. So they're saying that. So I'm just going to say it, and then you can follow along. Everybody in the audience, you can follow along with me. Julian, your brain damage has been removed. So let's all just do it together and say, heaven, I allow you to remove my brain damage today. And then you're just supposed to, wow, that it's instant. You're feeling instant energy. It literally feels like it's coming up out of... I feel energy in my head and in my arms specifically. It's really weird. Like in my... like my just above my elbow. On both sides. I feel energy here and then into my eyes. And it feels like energy coming up here as well. They're saying that shame can be associated with this too. And you might feel, when this release is done, if you feel ashamed of yourself, for no reason, if you feel like you should feel like you're a really bad person or bad child or bad, as a feeling like you're really naughty for doing that. They're saying that don't. That is a part of releasing this energy, could have a reflection back that you were being very bad for doing that. They're saying there's nothing bad about healing. You're not at all. And they're really welcoming more human beings to raise their vibration, enter higher dimensions of reality, let go of the chakra system that you've always known. Allow yourself to align with an infinite system or reflection. Heal, keep healing, and then be healing for others too. It's just, let's make it a domino effect. Let's make it a bandwagon. Let's make this the healing bandwagon. It's like you can jump on the bandwagon of, I'm going to go, drink a Bud Light with all the cute girls on the beach or whatever your fantasy is. Or you can make the bandwagon. It's like, you get these commercials, it's like, that vacation looks awesome with the Corona. But you know what? The reality is, Corona is not actually going to enhance my spiritual and physical experience. It's going to hurt my body instead of heal my body. So that is like a manipulation in of the mind, that's like a brain damage moment. So we need to hop on the true reality. The true reality is the bandwagon of love, right? The bandwagon of healing. And so let's just let it go and feel proud of yourself, okay? So there's showing me that there's an angel shared with every single human being who chooses to watch this video. There is an angel with you to help you with all of your requests for heaven. And for those who have asked for the brain damage removal, they said that it is done. That angels are here removing it for you, and then that it is also done. So, but they're showing me that what is still in process is some really loving light energy, and they specifically stand behind. Hands are on shoulders, and then with fingers forward, and then channeling energy from the hands into the shoulders, but it seems to be going through the entire body. Even one here behind me too. So I'm just watching. This is for you too, Julian. So there's an angel here with you as well. That we're helping to release another version of chaos from the mental sphere. It's literally like a scary face on the inside of your face. So your face is opening up and revealing a scary face. It's quite a dark blue energy being. And everything is pulling out your body, and everything is like there's no skin or anything that is you. All I see now is a very distinctly clear dark blue energy man. I'm saying you can. I don't know your purpose. I don't know why you're here. He's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. He is not able to tolerate. It's as if he was somehow associated with the brain damage. It's like there's one in each and every one of us, and he's not able to tolerate the energy that is now a part of us. He basically was pretty strong, pretty serious, and then he's just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. He doesn't have a place to go or any. I was kind of like, okay, well, you can go on your way now, or do I transform you in the light, or is there something you want to tell me? But he has nothing to say. He just keeps getting smaller and smaller. Now he has no reflection. I say, so what does that mean? They're saying, allow it to be released in the light. It is part of the wisdom of healing. So what was is no longer, and what is something of a higher reflection, something positive and heavenly, something beautiful, something healing for all of mankind. They're showing me you washing. There's a massive sort of wave from the ocean that is, you're sort of standing here and you are allowing the wave to crash into your body and just wash you from head to toe. Your brain, though, is exposed. And they're really saying, allow the ocean water to really enter in and heal. There's something about the healing power of seawater, salt water. It's appropriate for this scene and image. They're really wanting you to release more. There's some interesting, I don't know. I feel this, I experience this myself, is some sort of derailing energy vibrations. And I'm feeling them right now. So these have to be pulled, these have to be derooted, and these have to get pulled out. They feel really gross. I don't like the way they feel. I mean, they're sort of, they feel like pure fear is what it feels like. So you're basically spoon-fed. The energy feels like, okay, open your mouth, take a spoonful of pure fear, and it's like, oh God, I can't not feel it. So, but this is part of the healing. This is wisdom. This is appropriate. This is good. There's nothing harming me. It's just hard to my body to feel it, you know. So I'm just patient. There's more release of other chaos images. I don't know where these are from or what these are. They're basically a lot of mirrors, and the mirrors are invisible, but inside of them are different darker chaos beings, and they're there in the inner core as an outer projection that are completely invisible to us. We don't see them, but they play such a huge part of our basically miserable sensations in everyday life. And so we have to heal and clear these out. That is what I was feeling, they say. I could sense them. I could sense the experience. I wasn't able to see them with my eyes. So they say heal now. They tell me heal now. So I'm just going to see what I can do here. They're starting to turn, like you're turning upside down, but you're spinning really fast. You literally shrank really small and are just spinning really fast like this. And these are just kind of, they sort of are derailing. I mean, they're just trying to make you feel terrible. In the process of ascending, it's just like, come on. I'm asking heaven to help. I'm choosing patience. I'm creating light in your inner core, and then I am using the light to enter into each one of the mirrors, and then this light is created from love. So love that creates light, and the light then touches each of the mirrors and then reflects. So every single one is actually experiencing love. Love that is light that reflects off of mirrors. So just, their mirrors are getting really small because they can't tolerate love. Darkness can't thrive in a world full of love. And then love is constantly trying to make a presence, constantly knocking on the door, constantly trying to say, hello, love is here. Do you hear me? Do you read me? And yet the chaos has just been such a big part of our experience. It's all we hear, all we know. And so it's, the thing is love is so bright and so creative and so inspiring and so motivating and so moving that it can't be tolerated by the illusions of fear and darkness and chaos. Thing is unfortunately, they're illusions that we feel like they're very real. The way we feel them is very real, but they don't create anything. They only create fear. And so fear is illusionary. Love is not an illusion. Love is the only thing that can create anything in this universe, in all the universes, and it creates souls. It creates experiences. It creates planets and solar systems. Fear does what? It creates chaos, destruction, and everything is very short-lived. It makes things get smaller and deteriorate until there's nothing left. But things never die. That is part of the illusion too. Love is the only thing that is real. So I'm just watching. This is helping a great deal. In fact, the light alone is creating a need for them to disconnect from your inner core. So now they're disconnecting and sailing away. to wherever. They're sort of like you blow a dandelion, that's just the white covered in the seeds. You blow it, and then they just move on to their next destination. So there's some angels here that are helping them. They're saying, let them go. So we say, okay. They're saying, focus on filling the inner core with light. Light that is so bright, that life that comes from love. Love then is the light. Love then is the bright light. Love creates the light. It's so crazy. It's as if what we see as a physical sun is actually love. Love that is burning so bright that it creates light for all things to grow in our solar system, on our earth, for human beings, for aliens, for everybody. So what is the sun? Is it a burning ball of heat or whatever? Or is it a reflection of love so strong that it burns that bright, that it creates in our universe? And so that is what I am doing here in your inner core. So your outer projection is now love so bright that it creates warmth that other people can feel. Isn't it true that you watch cute little kittens, or you watch something and it's just so heartwarming, because love creates light, love creates warmth, love creates expansion and growth and everything. Love creates. So we let the love burn bright and shine bright, and now that is who and what you are. That's all you ever are, is, were, ever will be. One of those lines. So I'm just watching you. It's fascinating because as a human being, I see inner core as sort of the center, but they move this inner core up to your heart portal. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? It needs to be in your heart portal because that's where the love shines brightly. See how they always make sure things are in balance and alignment. So when my human mind tries the best that it can, I think about where's the center of the body. I don't think about where's the heart center. So they always they're always creating the right balance. You can't screw this stuff up, especially when the intentions are so pure. That's what I'm telling, like, anybody who wants to be a spiritual healer, you work with heaven, and heaven has you at every angle. Even if you're not quite sure, heaven has you every angle. Anything you want to experience, you just tell heaven what it is you want specifically, and then heaven can provide that for you. People don't really feel like prayer works. In my spiritual reality and the work that I do, prayer does work. Prayer is healing. It is exactly what it is, and it does work. So I'm telling you, your heart portal is so full of red light right now, and it is so beautiful and infinite feeling. I can feel it in my own heart, and so whatever that was totally worth it to get to this point. All this light and love coming from you. It's amazing. They're talking to me about the third eye and this new structure of energy. Because what is a chakra for the third eye now? They say this is just the third eye. They're showing me that it is still as it is. They're talking about how everything comes from the inner core. It's a misconception that it comes from here. It always comes from this inner core, but somehow, for whatever reason, it feels like it's part of a third eye. It's just part of the dynamic of our creation. So I'm just going to close my eyes. They say you have a third eye, absolutely. Apparently that's important for people to know or have that awareness. Helping to release more old energy vibrations. This came out as a full-size, like, alligator, like a mouth. It wasn't just the head or anything. It was a full-size all the way down to the tail. They're just fears or scary memories, or that just were very heavy and harmful. So I'm watching him go. I'm waiting for anything else. This one is part of a really deep space. And it's got like, his hut is sort of like, you know, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch pail of water. So we've got like a string on a crane, sort of like a crank, and then it's pulling up a bucket. So I'm like literally coming out of your mouth, like pulling out, and then pulling up like a heavy bucket from some deep well space inside of you. And then we're just pulling it up and out. It's really heavy. And getting that out makes me feel really light. It's just heavy weight. We're doing more work to somehow, we're pulling out more of this brain damage stuff. They opened the brain up and showed me there was some more there. So we just did the magnet thing and they just all came out of there instantly. So they're helping me to continue to release out old energy patterns that somehow inspire new versions of these to come. And then you just keep taking them off of the scalp or whatever. So let's just go ahead and I'm just going to tell Heaven, I ask you to remove my brain damage again. Let's just see. So if life experiences themselves can create sort of them to resurface in new ways or whatever. So it's amazing because I can still feel it doing its warmness again. It feels positive. They're showing me that I had an inspiration to remove some buckets of old energy from my own body. And then through that motivation, I'm also inspired to do that for my own head. So as you're following along the video, visualize yourself removing these things out of spaces within your infinite expression. It may just look like a body, it's an infinite space. So you could have lots of stuff in there. You could have 1,000 elephants and millions planets, and there's just so much stuff you can put into an infinite space, you know. It's infinite space. It's like, how much can you fit into a black hole? It's an infinite space. And they don't go away. Fascinating. They just, the scalp is there. There was a tiny string we just pulled up and a little ball was attached to it. It just came out. It kind of reminded me of like a Christmas ornament. And it's attached to another one. And then so we're just continuing to pull them out. It feels really awesome to release these energy. I feel crazy in my head right now doing this for you. So you watchers, go pull out your Christmas bulbs. Pull them out of there. They're just like the bulb kinds, that like lights or whatever. And this one's red. But it's attached to another one. So there's sort of a string of them. It feels great to get those out of there. That feels really great. There's an odd hook at the end, so I'm just evaporating it so I can pull it out without feeling like I have to rip the hook all the way out and just doesn't feel right. So that's good. There's something pretty nasty about that hook too, so I'm glad that's out of there. It's like a rusty fishing hook that just snagged on your skin. That's the way it feels. It's like, ugh, I don't like it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want anything to do with it. There's something really not right about that hook. It's like, that's the hook you don't want on your Christmas tree. It's got like tetanus or something on it. Like, don't use that hook. It's diseased. So there's a lot of, it's just so positive. I feel so much positive energy, explosions of energy, infinite energy. Such positive feelings right now, and I just feel amazing is the way I feel. I'm actually just going to pause this for a minute and then be right back. Hi, Julian. Okay, let's go ahead and see where we're at here. So I'm just going to take a pause, and then I want Spirit to show me the next thing. We've been doing so much removal of energy and all this sort of auric I'm just getting overwhelmed right now. They're doing some energy work, so I can't really talk. So give me a minute to relax and enter into where they're taking me. They want to showcase that chakra removal creates infinite energy. Infinite energy travels like this, in this way, but they're showing that what we see as these two balls could, I mean, it's quite strange. Okay, they're pausing me out again. I feel like I'm stumbling downstairs when they do that. Or tripping upstairs. That's probably a better way to describe it. They're relaxing me. They're creating a patient energy wave in me. They're showing me that the work that I had done was to remove chakras, create an infinite energy blank system. No. Infinite energy chakra system. No. I don't know what you call this. An infinite energy expression, an alteration of your divine expression, a raising of your vibrational dimension. And then through that experience, we pull out certain energy veins that are connected with sort of the chaos reflections, chaos thinking, chaos inspirations, chaos patterns. They come through in different images or pictures. So, and then we remove those energy veins, and they're talking about removing, just continuing to remove old energy reflections, just like pulling out things like bulbs out of the head and stuff like that. So I just feel calm. I feel like I'm ready to go, but they're also wanting me to relax and take it all in as well. Something about a crocodile. He's got some swim trunks on. He's standing upright. He's kind of looking off to the side, so I can see he is smiling. You can't not smile, you know what I mean? They're kind of forced to be smiling all the time. He's got blue swim trunks on. There's something about like a beach ball or something like that. I feel really, I don't know, an alteration in my fingertips. An alteration in the way that I feel in my stomach. It feels loopy. I feel like my body and my energy field aren't balanced or something when I try to make sense of the picture. I feel sleepy. I feel dreamy. I feel like I like how silly this picture is, but at the same time, it just makes me feel aloof. It makes me feel disconnected. It makes me feel like I don't understand. They're creating a purification of energy that they are transferring into this picture. And they're showing me it is just merely like colored onto a little sheet of paper and then returning the page. Do you want to play volleyball with the smiling crocodile in the swim trunks? Would anybody want to play volleyball with a smiling crocodile in swim trunks on the beach? I say human beings would not perceive that as a welcoming image. In all reality, they would not, even if it's coming to you as sort of a cartoon. They're saying it is time to show that that picture is on a different page, and now we have a clean slate here. So now what do we want to see on these pages? We can choose whatever we want. I say choose. I say, what do you want, Julian? And what do you want on your pages? It could be anything you want. Dream big. Put down your dreams on paper. showcase what it is that you want and be specific about it. Don't say, I really want a happy life. I really want to live a happy life. Okay, we want you to live a happy life too. And that is creating really good positive veins of energy. But what is something you want? Do you want to have magical powers that, do this, that, and the other thing? They're showing me what is the development of kind of like a sci-fi picture, but it's not, I don't know what it is of, but it has different colors, and one of them is a hot pink color. And it looks really pretty. It's sort of like you could get a black page, and then you put hot pink on it, and it's just really cool on the eyes, the eyes like the way that looks. And my spirit guide said, so you like the way pink and black look together? And I say, I love it. I don't know, there's something mystical or magical about the way this, it's not even a clear-cut drawing. I don't even know what it's a drawing of. But when I look at the page, it's literally on yellow, the most boring yellow sort of lined paper you could possibly, like legal paper. And it's got this sweet, chalk drawing with black and then hot pink on top of it. And it's just like a splash of just color on this random, yellow legal sheet paper. But it makes me think of science fiction. It makes me think of a fantasy, a really cool fantasy experience. Something magical. They're showing, there's a development with a pen on the paper. An actual, like a pen that has a feather. It's one of those sort of quills. We write with that piece. Creating scratches. It's really interesting. Because in the process of trying to develop this further, trying to create more clarity, there's a sensation of frustration as well. That's not it. And then you rip the page out and you crumple it up and just throw it behind you. You know what I mean? It's like one of those scenes. But the page hasn't been crumpled, but it just feels like maybe I should use some whiteout. Or maybe there's some way I can change the color so I can sort of correct it. But yet there is no clue of what it is that you're actually wanting to create now. There's no clue of it. Which they're saying is a beautiful thing. Because you are thinking about, what is it exactly? Sometimes we don't know exactly where we're going or exactly what we are trying to accomplish. So how do you figure it out? You start trying. You just, I really like black and pink, so I'm just going to start there. And then, there's something else I want to add to this, but I can't figure out what it is, so let's just try green. I don't like that. I'm going to erase this as best I can. I'll use whiteout or whatever. I'm going to add yellow instead. And now see what it looks like to me. So how do you develop from here? Where do you go next, Julian, in your life? Do you know where you're going to go next in your life? They're talking about this. They're talking about how most of us on a spiritual pathway, we know in our heart of hearts, we know that this is right for us. We know that we're here to help humanity. Oftentimes, we don't have a freaking clue. How are we supposed to help humanity? I don't really know how to reach my arm out and to help others in the profound way that I'm feeling in my heart. I know I have a really important destiny, and I don't get what that means. I don't get how I'm included in that. I don't get how I'm supposed to be helping others. And I don't know. So what do? You just start putting colors on a page. You start putting ideas on a page, and then you just keep doing it until they start to mold and shape into your next step, right? And they're saying we are molding and shaping you to what you are supposed to accomplish in this lifetime. This work alone, this rebirth journey, and the last rebirth journey, these are all stepping stones that are helping you get from one thing to the next. All the other readings you've gotten, all the contemplations you've had, all the books that you've read, these are all gifts from heaven to help you on your spiritual pathway. We are already molding and shaping your colors in order for you to align you with exactly what you're supposed to accomplish in this life. You may not know quite what it is just yet, but you are discovering it each and every day. So that's what they're talking about. And they're saying that it has nothing to do with crocodiles and swim trunks that play volleyball. It has to do with really intense colors, like neon, eye-catching ones that are really shocking to people and really promote vibrations in people's bodies, where it's like, oh my gosh. I can't really explain what this is doing to me, but when I'm looking at the black with the magenta or the hot pink, I just feel crazy about it. It's creating information in my head, and I don't even know what it is. They're even talking about how I chose to describe what we would consider a language. Like, how do you write your thoughts down? Well, you put them in a language. But in this case, no. They don't want you to think in language. They want you to think in color, is what they're talking about. They really want you to start working with colors. And see how colors make you feel. Actually, go get some paints and then test out the way colors make you feel. And then even like really with charcoal or something like that. Because I'm looking at like paint, like acrylic paint, and it's just not doing it for me. But if something about the charcoal really creates hot pink and hot, like really hot colors, or even oil painting creates more texture to the experience, so that can create more language for you. It's really strange. It's like you're supposed to translate language into colors and stuff, and learn how the colors make you feel, and then writing a story using colors. This is some sort of story that's supposed to help transform people. It's really strange, but that feels right. Is what they're talking about. We're using a legal notepad and we are not writing any language down at all. There's nothing written on this legal notepad. There are only colors drawn. So colors then is the language. Is what they're saying. This is really important for you to contemplate, for you to think about, for you to explore actually in the physical, interacting with colors. That is also fascinating because we've removed chakra color, right? Chakras, we removed that. Now we have a different version of a rainbow experience, and you can be anything. It creates an infinite experience. It's the only way I can describe it. It's so infinite. And it feels natural. It honestly feels far more natural to me than what was chakras. Chakras just felt like the old computer, from 1982, and it's an Apple box, and it's slow, and in comparison to a brand spanking new computer from today where everything is just fast, go, go, go. You don't have all these pockets where information travels and stores, and then it's not there. So now they're all gone, so you're in infinite space. They're asking me if I can describe this in color instead of language. And I'm saying, I would prefer that better. They say, well, go ahead and try. I was like, maybe I don't prefer that. All right, let me see. So I'm just feeling what it feels like to me. There's no colors yet. I'm thinking about yellow, though. I'm thinking about the way yellow makes it feel so bright, and I can see clearly when the light is on, right? And light kind of has a yellow hue to it, and I think of sunlight also yellow. When I think of removing chakras, I think the infinite system is like the color yellow because it makes me feel brighter. What other colors? And I say I love the hot pink color. I love magenta on the dark with the dark background. I think it's enchanting. I think it's majestic. It kind of makes me think of a sunset, those beautiful pink and orange colors type things. But imagine that on a pure black sky. It's like something really magical, science fiction about it, something majestic about it. So they're even indicating like aurora borealis or something like that, where you have a darker sky with hues of random color going across the sky. So it's just really pretty in that way. So removing the chakra system makes me think of something magical or science fiction about the colors hot pink and even hot like neon orange and a pure black background. It's just something really eye-catching about it. It's really striking to me. It fills me with a lot more energy and excitement and curiosity and motivation, and thinking outside the box is what it does for me. I'm thinking of the color green. Green is inspiring me to think of healing and thriving, of growing beyond the senses, growing in a way that is totally unique. Even seeing the earth glowing green, not just see that the plants are green, see them glowing neon green. And so thriving, healthy, glowing green everywhere, glowing green color. And so removing the chakra system makes me think of glowing green in that way, that it's enchanting, it's healthy, it's thriving, it feels really revitalizing, it feels like growing beyond the senses. So now we are learning how to speak in colors. Now we are learning how to describe things through color, and color that reminds us of energy too, and feelings. Now what is the language? Is the language words, or are we speaking through colors, through images, through our senses? Speaking through our senses, not through just the words, but through the senses, through images and colors and feelings and stuff like that. Creating our own symphony of experiences in this way. They're talking about you in this way. Also doing things like this. So they're showing me how that really motivates creativity and really motivates your creative nature to really come out of you, really push its way out and to the surface and really showcase how creative you can be. As I am talking about creativity and pushing it out, out comes a big giant ant, basically. Its sort of head was in your head, and then its body was in your body, and just pushed it straight out, and now it's on its way. So some part of your creative senses had a giant ant on top of it and it felt kind of gross, and so getting that out really helps it feel like you have a lot that is open now, open to really sharing the purity, not the you don't always, if you're going to sit and have a picnic, you don't exactly want the giant carpenter ant on your bare leg, and it grosses you out as you're trying to eat your food. There's something about the ant that we don't want inside of our body that we just got to get out of there. So that's that. Let's see what else. There's, again, a yellow sunlight here in this upper piece, and they really want to showcase how bright it is shining right now. So they're showing there's something green in the center of this, and it's kind of small, and then kind of comes out, projects out like that too. But these are in circle lines, so a little circle, a bigger circle, and it's coming out at you into a bigger circle. So it's sort of coming forward at me, and then we have these sort of beacons of light of yellow. As I'm looking in front of you, you get to direct your energy in whichever way you want. You can direct it forward, you can direct it behind you can direct it in any direction. But this thing is still spinning. It's almost like a portal of its own. And it's like a grayish white color. So I feel relaxed. I feel peaceful as I'm examining your reflection. I feel like I want to sleep for a while. Like I want to rest my head on somebody's shoulder. I fall asleep. Something just feels like I just want to release more, but the more I release, it just makes me feel like I could nap now. I feel like I've released a lot of good old energy. Just get the old out, and that's a good thing. I'm asking my spirit guides what else we can do here for you. They're really wanting to focus on this work, specifically really enhancing this new energy field of yours and really bringing forward the whatever energy vibrations are kind of stifling and make us feel gross, really getting those out of there, really brightening the inner core and helping to create even more light in the heart portal. So let's see what else we can do here. I'm asking them to show me more. It's really strange. I'm not picking up on anything right now except extreme balance in you. I'm going to ask you, your spiritual reflection, I'm asking you what you want me to help you with right now. you're sort of doing a really beautiful dance for me. And with the feet sort of scuffing and then coming up in a straight and then straight. And then the other foot kind of scuffs and then goes straight. It's something kind of fun about it, you know? It's kind of fun the way you're kicking up you're not kicking up the heels so much as going, you know, backward or whatever. I mean, you're pushing them forward like that, one at a time. It's just like this. And you're twirling for me, and you're just doing jazz hands and stuff. And you're not making any sounds, but your face is going like a mime. Like what is she acting out right now? Somebody who is seriously happy and just dancing in a really silly way, and it's making us all laugh. And she's not making any noises. She's just like jazz hands, you know? And so it's really funny, you know? This reminds me of something. It's like a really happy past life or something. I'm actually seeing a mime now, face with the white and then black, I mean, all decked out like a mime, doing the hands thing and stuff. Like we see mimes, they always do the hands one. And they look. That's what mimes do. They never do the jazz hands. They need to do jazz hands. We got the plate here. I can't get through it. Something about your character and personality is showcasing itself as liking to make... Okay, what are mimes a symbol of? They're a symbol of perception that is altered. So, is there actually a wall here? Mimes can make it out with their hands and body motions that there's really a wall here, and they make it fun and creative, right? There's something about your style that's really pushing its way to the surface that really showcases its role as like a mime, you know? Showcasing a new way of perceiving that is delightful for those of us who watch. And you've been this way in other lifetimes. Really delightful persona of a community that people appreciate you for your differences. Because people appreciate mimes, you know, because it's kind of a random thing and it's kind of hokey, but it does build up. It's like, oh, there's a mime. Okay, that's kind of cool. I can't lie. There's something really cool about that. And then you just go on your way. But there's something really cool and positive about that moment, you know. They create a smile on your face. They do that. They are a role that helps human beings think differently and then appreciate their creative style and smile. And they're really bringing that. Your soul really wants to share that right now about you. And this is very special about you, about what your soul can do. This is just one aspect. And it's very pure. I'm telling you, this vein of love is making my heart feel so warm right now. I'm impressed by how much joy I'm feeling over watching this mime. It's special. It's extremely special. It's almost like the history of who was the very first mime that ever existed on this planet. The first person to ever think of doing this type of activity in order to create joy in other human beings. It's that sincere. It's that beautiful. Imagine just nobody had ever heard of a mime before, and just one day some crazy human said, I'm just going to paint my face all white and, you know, do some things and dress in all black and then start doing strange things like this. People would be like, oh my gosh, what is that? What is that? But yet there's there's something about it. There's something eye-catching about it. There's something really impressive about it. Fascinating. It's different. Something about you is you have some part of your reflection is capable of being what is like the first mime ever. Something totally different, unique, and never thought of. And something that is eye-catching and makes people smile and feel extremely warm in their hearts. And children love it. It's so creative. You have to have a really creative style about you. I'm asking what else? What else can we share? They're really wanting to focus on the loving, positive energy. So I'm just watching here for the next thing. I'm seeing a mistress in a green dress, and she's looking off to the side as she's sort of leaning back against a cobblestone sort of wall or something. She's got blonde hair, it's kind of messy, and it has some curl to it or wave. She's waiting for somebody. I'm thinking about, there's some dark horses, and there's quite a dark sort of carriage on its way, and there's a lot of people walking through here. I mean, it's almost like a parade of horses and then knights and then people, but I don't feel anything concerning at this time. I actually feel like I'm on one side of a castle wall. So I'm just going to wait and see what happens next. She just keeps looking like she wants to see if anybody's watching her before she takes off or something. I'm telling you, there's something so appealing about this green dress she's wearing. There's something different about her. She stands out. There's nobody else against this wall, only her, and she's very visible. So who is she trying to hide from? This thing of horses isn't even in the same vicinity as her. It's just a different image that is showcasing what could be this massive parade of horses that is, 20 miles down the road, and then she's sort of here, very exposed on this sort of wall that's tall, and it has sort of a, I don't know, lighter white, I don't know, whitish color. It's not pure white or whatever, but she stands out because that green dress is absolutely, it's beautiful. But it's not clean. It's not royalty by any means. And I'm mesmerized by her. I'm mesmerized by her. I don't know if it's the green, it can't just be the green dress. It's got to be who she is that is mesmerizing. I can't not see her. She wants to not be seen, though. But I say it's time for you to back away from the wall and show us who you are. It's just don't be against the wall doing the look. Don't do that. But she says, but they're coming for me. I have to leave here. I have to find a way out of here. I'm saying, well, what do you mean by that? She says, I'm scared. I'm really scared right now. I don't want to die. I don't want to die right now. I'm saying, you're okay. This isn't the now. This is just some past life, okay? And so let's let this truth be a part of the past, all right? Don't be afraid to come out from against the wall, all right? It's safe now to show yourself. And we need to see you, okay? We need to see your light shining for all of us because your light is worth seeing. She feels like she understands that it's already happened. This lifetime is not the truth of who and what you are today. And so any energy that might inspire you to feel fear for your life for absolutely no reason, it would be attributed to a lifetime of this kind where you did have a reason to be afraid for your life. And that is not the truth anymore. Things are changing. It isn't the same reality. In that reality, people who were loving or were honest or in oneness with nature, that was part of the truth of love that was trying to be annihilated, right? I mean, just look at Jesus. Who wants to kill a guy who was talking about love, But let's get rid of that guy, and now we need to look at really bringing out the flower of our hearts, bringing out the heart portal and letting our light shine for everybody else to remember that it is okay to come out of hiding. It's okay to come out and to share our love with each other and not be in fear. Something about the Ascension energy brings up past lives like this, and we start being afraid of things that never just don't make sense, you know? We would never have been afraid of that, 6 months ago, but for some reason right now it's like, I don't get why I'm feeling weird like that. And that is something that I've seen a lot of people are talking about. I see it too. I experience this too. It's like, how many nightmare deaths had my soul gone through in order to become who I am today? Because I feel every scream, every terror, every nightmare my soul has endured in some of these moments, and it's absolutely overwhelming. It's like, am I losing my mind here? No, you are releasing and letting go of the old experience. It's kind of like the old system that's a part of your inner core. We have to clean that out of there. How do we clean it out? We have to sort of bring it to the surface and let it then release naturally. And then that helps us get lighter and move up the ascension ladder, right? So it's hard, but it is necessary, and you're doing great. So I'm helping this part of you to find healing in this. There's a man who, okay, this is quite interesting. He has a lion head, and he's got, 4 arms on each side, and one of them has a wooden stake, and he takes it up from here. He doesn't stab it like this. He takes it from the back and then jams it up through her heart from the backside. And he says, I'm going to kill you. That's part of a spirit, is sort of a demonic entity or something that is, I don't know what this is about. I'm saying, turn around and look. He has not harmed you in any way. Only his energy is trying to convince you. And let it go. So let's both look at him and say, it is time now for you to be released into the light. So we are looking at him, and she is realizing that it is okay, and she is finding the freedom with me to let it go into the light now. Let now those who love be the masters, and let those that need to learn about love then learn from the masters. And so they're talking about a shift in the reality of things, so that love can cleanse and purify, sort of like water that washes the dirt away. There comes a time when love needs to be returned, and things need purified, and purified through love that creates the light, that warms all of our hearts, and helps bring us out of hiding and bring us back into this realm of experience, where we are feeling like we're living human beings alive in this world again. So they're saying, do you feel like you're a living human being alive in this world again? Do you feel alive? Do you feel activated? Do you feel motivated? Do you feel like you can do this thing? So they're asking. And they're saying, yes, you can do this thing, and you are doing this thing. That is why you've gotten this work done. That is why you continue to explore this. You are open to receiving love and healing and enlightenment and a lift in your vibrational frequency, all of that. So that's what they're saying. Again, I feel this very tired sensation. It's something about the soul journey, a soul that's walked a very long journey and feels tired from everything because it just wants to experience the joy that creates fulfillment, right? So you have a soul journey that's really long and has experienced terror of different kinds, and a lot of it, right? And now you get to this point of the now moment where we're transforming, where we're motivated, we're seeing things differently. But a part of your soul is saying, I finally made it to the finish line. I'm so exhausted. As now you are having to deal with the purification of this inner core and the release of all of the chaos. Don't stop now. You're doing great. And we're here with you, and we never leave you. That's what they're saying. And they say when you need to rest, then rest. That is what human beings need to start doing. How are you going to live in the now if you continue to follow a calendar and a clock? If your body needs to rest at noon and you can't, that you're not living in the now anymore. They're talking about the importance of following the needs of instinctive needs of the body and even instinctive needs of the soul. How many of us have lived a lifetime and have had so many instinctive needs of the soul that we've had to push down over and over again because it just wasn't possible. Didn't have the money, didn't have the time, have to work a job. It's just the way it goes. You know, you accept it and life just seems really dull, right? So you keep pushing it down. Well, things are changing and it's not going to accept it anymore. Ascension is not going to let us get away with this anymore. It's going to start pushing out all the stuff that we've been pushing down over and over and over again, and that's going to ruffle feathers too. But they're talking about you really are quite a bright light and quite have a lot of gifts to share and have a lot that you're going to accomplish in this lifetime for humanity. You're supposed to know that, and you're supposed to they're really encouraging you to align with a unique version of wisdom that comes specifically from color language, but color healing too. I'm waiting for something else here. If there's anything else we can share. They're wanting to know they're bringing back the legal notepad, and they're wanting to focus on a clean page right now, a clean slate. Just doing it, they're not making me talk right now. Let's just stop there. Everything's just getting so quiet. It's like we're quietly stepping away from the work. I know that the chakra removal thing was huge enough, but I want to make sure I can share as much as I can for you. You look amazing. You look very self-sufficient. You look very balanced. You look happy. You look totally amazing. You have winds of energy blowing all around you in all kinds of directions. There's red light shining out from your heart portal. There are two angels on either side of you. They have no appearance because they're just glowing so brightly with light that all you can see is you can make out the heads and wings and that sort of thing, but that is all. On both sides of you, two angels. They are literally one on either side, taking their hands and scooping you and lifting you. They're literally like, whee, go up higher, bubble. And so you're just flying up high, really high. You're going up really high, really fast. You can go as high as you want. And you're going up very high. I can't even see you anymore, you've gone so high up. They say don't let anything stop you. Just keep going. There's no gravity here. That is all. It is really all. I can't squeeze anything else out of this rag. They won't share anything else. This is all I can share for you, Julian. I think this has been incredible. I think this has been really exciting, a really interesting experience. I think we can all really learn from this work as well. Be curious to see how you're feeling. All right, I'm going to say thank you again. I'm wishing you all the best on your journey because it's amazing. I know it's going to be amazing. I know it already is amazing. So, and then for those of you in the audience, if you would like to experience Soul Rebirth Journey with me, you can do so by visiting my homepage. It's at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.